my Anugraha Leelas. My Anugraha Leelas will change your life once and for all. Is that get detachment? Get detached with the world, the mundane world, the activities of your mundane job. So applies to some of you. The mundane very life that you are leading is mundane. He says, get detached with all these things and simultaneously get attached to my feet. If you get attached to my feet, you will get automatically, it's instantaneous, it's almost without your knowledge, unbeknownst to you, your detachment with the world will occur. Also, he said, some of the teachings I spoke on 3 weeks ago in a Prana Pratishta of one of the temples in the southern Bible belt. I said, lives of those who serve me, he's saying, lives of those who serve me shall be set right. Is the mic okay?
Yes,
something is, I'm hearing that. How does he set right the lives when you serve him? Does he mean that you dance to the Punjabi Gangra or Gagra when the Palaki on the Guru Purnima day is done in your temple? Is that dancing is what going to satisfy him? Or there's the Pujari who is in your temple and told he owns this temple and he does this Shtotram? No. I can't hear.
we can hear.
Huh?
We can hear.
Oh, you can hear? Yeah, now I can hear. Please leave it. Yeah. Thank you. Now it's much better. So, what is this real service? When it comes to real service, some people read Guru Charitra, some people read Bhagavatam, some people read Vishnu Sahasranama because Baba was fond of all these things. Some people read Satcharita. Now, what constitutes real service that will end up in total detachment with the world? He said, lives of those who serve me or Sadguru will be set right. He's saying that indirectly in a veiled manner that none of you is leading a life that he really likes. Mama, I'm reading every day, Mama, Om Sri Dwarakma, you told me. Mama, every day my children do Namaskar. 11 times they recite. What else can they do? Of course, they come to my satsangs is purely on Shirdi Sai, an hour of Anugraha miracles prior to 1918 and post 1918 and post 2000, thousands and thousands, millions of miracles are happening. In the lives, those who come and listen to these Leelas, because Baba said, if you listen to my Leelas, I'll dissect you on all directions. He said that, right? Some of you know, most of you know that. Then listening to the Leelas, setting life right, he does it for all those who have pure thoughts and come to him. But then how does he set the life right? There are several things that you come to Shri Baba for. I get phone calls. I have, on a scale of 1 to 10, the most calls I get is, Mama, my mother-in-law is coming from Hyderabad. Can you please stop her at the airport? What kind of a request is that? I am teaching a good relationship, a very amicable relationship, a loving relationship between you and the mother-in-law. So how can you stop from Hyderabad airport? I would rather stop at Atlanta International Airport and then ask her to come to DFW and then I'll change her in jiffy, 10 seconds. I can do that on the phone too. That's what he does. Setting right is a simple example. But then setting right, last week it happened. She was standing at Chennai, India, on the lines of the US consulate, trying to get a visa stamped. She was very panicky. She had a panic attack and then said, called me straight from the line. She called me, sent the report, sent an email, a text. My wife received the text and they conveyed it to me. The sister is living in Dallas and she called me. And then what is the text saying? Uncle G, I'm standing in the line, but I'm not sure I'll get the stamping. Time doesn't request these days. Thanks to Mr. President's policies. No comments on that, because I work for the President in a department he oversees. And therefore, I told her, do you have all the documents straight? Do you have all the documents that this visa officer will ask you? She said, Mama, to the extent I can imagine, I brought. My husband is also here. He gave me, got all the documents, Mama. All right. I asked again, do you have all the documents? 3 times I asked, even though I don't like precisely people talking to me 3 times. The same thing. She went, and then the visa officer was going through, rummaging through the pages of the documents and said, where is your husband? Why did he work for the company? How long he is working for the company? What is visa? H1-4B, H1, whatever you have. Several types of visa, right? They are all making quite good money, 114K. For a beginner, that's a fairly decent salary. Living in Philadelphia. And then he finally said, I need one more document. That all that you talk about your husband is really true, and therefore I need a document from your husband's employer. The husband was not in the line, he was in Hyderabad. So she called me and said, Uncle, you are so perfectly right every time. Well, when somebody is within Shirdi Baba, how can he go wrong, right? Our Sadguru has never gone wrong. He's right on the money, as you say, in this country. All the time. The visa officer said, get the document and we will call you. That we will call you. She got panic attack and then she went home and called me. I said, go and watch a movie. Go to Sairam Baba in Hyderabad. Eat your idlis and sambar. After all, you don't get good idlis here and back home in Atlanta or DFW. Eat and then be happy. Don't even call me. You are getting your visa stamped on the 5th day. On the 5th day morning, she got a call with the visa stamped. The passport was delivered, even in Hyderabad. She's very happy, so happy that forgot to thank this uncle, your uncle, my uncle. She didn't even call me. But then, no call is good call, good punishment. If you call, you're under attack, and then lives of those people who are dedicated, who hold on to his feet, will be definitely set right. In the southern city, not of the United States, on the other side of the globe, India, in the city of Coimbatore, a lady went to a doctor several times. She went to a doctor several times, asking him to provide some medication, some drugs, so that she will be getting rid of the suffering that she was undergoing for about 12 years. 12 years she was suffering, but this is the climax. Next statement. She didn't sleep a wink, not a wink of sleep for 12 long years. Our IT friends or our doctors here, we don't sleep for 1 day. Can you go and do the surgery on the eye? You were doing surgery on the tongue instead of the eye. Meaning, sleep is important. Non-REM sleep, REM sleep, right? All these things are very important if you know what is non-REM sleep, REM sleep. Rapid eye movement in the wee hours of the morning. Is the mic okay? Yeah, hearing this. This lady went there to doctors for 12 years, she didn't sleep. Even when the husband was sleeping, like a log, or like a baby. She went to a doctor and the doctor said that this pinworm is very strange and we will not be able to give you any medication. Therefore, somebody in Coimbatore or somebody in Chennai, Mylapore temple in Mylapore is our Sadguru, sitting there, very famous temple of Sri Narasimha Swamiji. Sorry about my throat, I keep talking with the devotees and sometimes. Somebody said, do you call uncle? She didn't have uncle's address, she didn't have uncle's card, Dwarkamaya card, nothing. So she called somebody in the United States and said, yeah, this is address, you please call, this problem will be solved once and for all. She just heard it. She called me. I said, Tomorrow morning, you go about 3.5 miles east towards, there is a hilltop where Lord Subramania's temple is there. In Coimbatore, it is called Marudamalai, Maruda temples. In Marudamalai, nearby, there is a Shri Baba temple, and inside the Shri Baba temple, there is a neem tree. And the neem tree, when you go there, that was the time of the month, the neem tree will be very breezy. In the breeze, it will be dancing and welcoming you. And also, it will shed some of the leaves, neem leaves. You bring the neem leaves and then make a masala of the neem leaves. And when you make the masala of the neem leaves, you eat it with your wheat rice, wheaties, or Cheerios, or whatever you are eating in Coimbatore. It's a very advanced city full of doctors, American trained doctors, to be pretty precise. She went to the temple and got the neem leaves. She brought the neem leaves. She didn't know how to use it. She called me. Here in the United States, you have neem powder, right? Ved Secrets, what's the brand? Vedic Secrets. I said Vedic Secrets. She follows all my stories. She even got the neem leaves from when she went to Shirdi. Gangaram came, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, my dear. Gangaram came and then he gave neem leaves. The same number of neem leaves that uncle had told her, she gave to my daughter, to Srimati Nandini ji, and she got smile. I said, you will receive Baba's smile and blessing. She did not get neem leaves, but then Srimati Vidya, the lady who was suffering from pinworms, a terrible suffering, 1 in a million. It comes to only female. There's humor about it at the end of the story. She ate the neem leaves. I told her how to eat the neem leaves. Neem leaf or neem oil. Along with it, you make a, papu powder, papu in Telugu. You make a powder and along with the rice, basmati rice or whatever, you eat. She ate, I told her, within 5 days, you will start sleeping like a baby. The husband was sleeping all along. He's unaware of all these problems, and then he's sleeping every day. He wants a small-scale industry. And Vidya ji ate this medicine, and on the 5th day, she got rid of all the pinworms. She started sleeping for 9 to 10 hours. The humor here is the husband called me and said, Uncle, she's sleeping like a log. So make me also sleep like a log, like a baby for 10.5 hours. I said, the pinworms you will never get. The males don't get pinworms. I got to tell you this because it's a real story. All stories are real. And then he said, why not? I said, it's only specific to females and your wife didn't even tell you. And how is she sleeping? Mama, she's sleeping like a baby, like a log, and then she forgets all our software and all that we are selling. They're making some kind of a product. She's not even selling it properly. She finally, after about 12 long years, she started sleeping. Excuse me. And then, after this Shirdi Baba miracle, the neem leaves is from him, right? The Udi is from him. After that, they started selling. There was a competitor in Coimbatore, industrial estate in Madukkarai, a city nearby, and they're trying to buy, and their sales went down, and then they bought the unit. This company's sale, Vidyaji's and Mr. Vidya's sales went up. They were very, very happy. That fellow, Mr. Vidya, also started sleeping well. But to this day, his only complaint with life, he's got everything. He's got very good profits. The only complaint is, I'm not able to sleep 10 hours. Shirdi Baba set right the health of Srimati Vidya. They wanted to buy a new home. Before they bought the new home in Vadavalli, where they live in Coimbatore city, any of you from Coimbatore, you will know that. From Vadavalli, you go to Marudamalai. And then in Vadavalli, they want to go to a new room. Before they went to a new home or a bigger apartment, I told to go to your bedroom on the northeast corner facing Marudamalai, Lord Muruga, Kartikeya. You start dig. Just like Baba was digging in the Narmada rivulet with the Jyotindra Ramachandra Karkad and showed him the shiny metal on that Purnima day I spoke to 2 days ago. 200 million years ago, 200 years, I've been talking about Jyotindra Ramachandra Karkad. And this lady was digging and she found a colony of pinworms in the basement of her home. The pinworms got transferred from this devotee all the way to the room, the foundation of the room. How could that happen? They were selling the home. And so I said, okay, keep it a secret between Shirdi Baba, me and you, and just sell the home. Because Baba can vanish. He's keeping all the pinworms there, and once you sell, all the pinworms will vanish. She became a very great bhakta of Shri. Before that, she thought, who is this uncle? Who is this uncle's uncle? These are nobody. What is this Dwarkamai? Uncle says Dwarkamai Baba's real picture. When Jayakar Rao drew 3 pictures, he took the pictures to Dwarkamai. Remember the date? I have the date, but then some of you remember the year. When he took in 1914, Shirdi Baba in the Dwarkamai came out and then hugged, not Jayakar Rao, he had this picture, the very same picture. And then he said, this picture will live after me. I repeat, this picture will live after me. True to his word, this picture is living. Shirdi Baba is living in this very picture you are seeing. He has come out, he has walked, he has left in a silver urn, he has left water in puja, in places where Baba celebrated, in Dwarkamai puja. And then wherever he walks, he leaves a beautiful trail of flowers, jasmine, rose, all other flowers. That's happening. And then he comes out like a 10,000 volts and then tells the owner of the home, why are you sleeping in front of me? Real incidents. Why are you sleeping? Go to your bedroom and sleep with your wife, with your dear wife, who's also a great devotee. He sees Shirdi Baba. And then out of this picture, out of the statue, which resembles Dwarkamai in a city in California, in the video, he comes out and shakes off all the dress and the garlands. Even when the priest is standing there with all the habiliments and the garlands, and he's looking at that, and the video catches the 10,000 volts of his 2 eyes. Shirdi Baba's characteristic, most of you know, as told by Nachne, as told by Mrs. Anybody? Mrs. Manager. These 2 are some of the greatest devotees from Satcharita, from the annals of Satcharita. When Mrs. Manager talks about his eyes, Shirdi Baba's eyes, says his eyes are very piercing. His eyes are in Sagaja Samadhi, and his eyes are so piercing that you get a feeling invariably that he's reading your mind. He's reading your mind and he's reading your thoughts, which our Sadhguru was doing. Like your morning cup of tea, a coffee, he was doing it every day. There are thousands and thousands of stories he continues to do from this picture. He knows all your thoughts here right now, before you came to the satsang and after. He knows your thoughts tomorrow. This is a siddhi. And this siddhi is what is affecting and changing your karma, your bad karma. This child in Washington, D.C. enjoyed the siddhi, this particular siddhi of Shirdi Baba. Even when the mother was not celebrating Dwarkamai Puja, when the father was taking care of this child, we will call this child Shreya, child Shreya. She was hardly 7 years old, born with a severe Down syndrome. The Down syndrome was indicated in the medical report in the 2nd trimester, but then some people from India do not read this trimester reports and they think everything is going to be good. Everything with this girl, with this wife of this great devotee, we will call him Shiva, Lord Shiva. Shiva's wife was unaware of the power of Shirdi Baba in the Dwarkamai picture, or the magnificent eloquence with which he talks through this picture, neither of which was not known to, we'll call her Padmaji, Srimati Padma. The child had severe Down syndrome, 7 years, and the father told me when I was visiting about 6 years ago, Arlington, they live in Arlington, Virginia, outskirts of DC. When I went there, I said, Uncle, you have to somehow say, Uncle, we heard a lot about you. I said, yeah. They refer to, Uncle is in Redding, they are referring to our Sadguru. Uncle, you can cure this child. We have attempted everything. My wife is under bipolar depression. Right from the time the child is carrying, Shreya was suffering from severe form of Down syndrome. You all have wonderful children, and you all have children who are in the high school. They are all potential valedictorians and aiming their sights on the Stanford or Harvard Medical School, or even Baylor Medical College in Texas, or the most famous in your own town, Georgia Tech. Hey, this is supposed to be like better than MIT. When we went to Boston, they said, Georgia, which is your first college better than MIT? They mentioned Georgia Tech. Better than MIT, which is true. So your daughter and son would be going for engineering in Georgia Tech or Stanford University, but then you scarcely take a look at children like Shreya. Shreya cannot even smile. Shreya cannot even eat a morsel of food, one rice. I fed her one rice, one morsel of food, and then she smiled. When I was feeding, the nurse, the American nurse, was looking at her smile and said, this is the first time she's smiling. Sir, who are you? And what I am, I have brought a message from Shirdi Sai to these parents and to this child especially. That's the reason I came to Alexandria, Virginia. The child was diagnosed. The child was born with 1/3 of her spinal cord. There was no spinal cord. The 2/3 of the spinal cord, maybe C1, C2, C3, C4 was there. The L1, L2, L3 was not there. The S1, S2, S3, S4 is not there. Some of you are doctors, you all know the spinal cord. All these bones are missing. She had C1, C2, C3, C4. That was also not functioning. When Baba's Udi was given, a surgery was slated for the next month. Doctors in Washington, D.C. and doctors from Boston, a very famous doctors from Boston, they were trying to put a plastic or some special material, a spinal cord with all the bones I mentioned, that was slated for the next month. The mother said, sir, who are you? This child is born with a very severe syndrome and you cannot cure. I said, I have come here bringing the message of Shirdi Sai. I am one with Shirdi Sai, and therefore your child is going to get this complete spinal cord, and there will be lots of miracles this child will have, because the child is smiling. When you say, Om Sri Dwarkamayi, nothing in the world she will laugh. The mother's sweet smile. Even though she's a morose looking mother, she lost all hopes. She was trying to get another child. When Baba said through me, said, your child will not survive because you have got to take care of this child. Just because she's suffering from syndrome, Down syndrome, just because she's suffering from autism, you cannot neglect this child. She is the daughter of our Shirdi Baba. Baba will take care. This surgery next month, nobody believes. Even the doctors who operated upon her spinal cord said that this will take 5 years, and every month we will monitor the child, and then we will see if this attaches to the real. After all, the real one was C1 to C5. Below that, the entire 3/4 of the spinal cord. The doctor knows. Am I right? He says yes, so I'm right. The surgery's days. The day of the surgery came. Surgery was done. They took x-rays every day. On the 5th day, the girl was given a natural spinal cord. None of you here should believe this, but this is what happened to the child. The Dwarkamai Baba's Udi was given to her. I always carry Baba's Udi. It was given to her, and this is called the miracle Udi. This contains the oozis of all Shirdi Baba temples, including your temple in the United States and then in India, especially Shirdi Udi, especially Mylapore, Chennai Udi, Narasimha Swamiji's temple, right? Famous temple. This contains all the Udis, and that Udi is curing this child. This child's spinal cord started working. All the muscles and all the tissue, you need tissues, right? You need a sciatic nerve to come. This doctor knows, several doctors here know. The sciatic nerve started growing. All the nerves are very perfect. In the meantime, this young girl, Treya, was 10 years old. She was taken to the Evergreen Mills Road Temple in Washington, D.C. Is that the temple we are talking about? Evergreen Mills Road in Washington, D.C. And then she started doing Dwarkamai Puja. Whenever the mention of the Taraka Mantra, Om Sri Dwarkamai, Om Sri Sai, Arogya Shemadaya Namaha, Om Sri Dwarkamai, she says 108 times. Even if the others are wondering about the Kurgana, after this puja, curd rice, yogurt rice, puliyodara after the puja, this girl, and with her white Brahmin-like consciousness, children always have a better consciousness. All the adults would agree with me, right? Children cannot be corrupted. She said Om Shri Dwarkamai after every 108 slokas. And then she started smiling. This smile was rated on a scale of 1 to 10. This gets 11. This is the sweetest smile I have seen on the planet. As confirmed by my wife and my daughter. They turned around the child 6 months ago in Washington, D.C. Am I right? Right? Hello? Tell the congregation, raise your hands. Right. They were changing the diaper of the child. She's 12 years old. She started smiling. She has started eating 1 spoonful. The doctors and the nurse, the white nurse, who's coming there to their home, said that there is a tremendous improvement. This girl, whenever we smile, she smiles with us. Meaning, her consciousness is growing. Shirdi Baba's Udi and Dwarkamai definitely has improved. She had a plate in the hip. When the spinal cord was complete, they arranged the plate to be removed. When I was visiting 2 years ago, the plate was removed and she started very natural gait. She was always attached to a wheelchair, tied to a wheelchair, and the doctors, when she was born, said, this girl will grow on the wheelchair. This girl will be tied to the wheelchair. Please listen to the story. Just because your children are extremely good looking, healthy, don't ignore Shreya. You think of Shreya, your child will go to Harvard Business School and come back to Shreya. That is the word given by the Sadguru, right? Sadguru Shirdi Baba. I know there is a senator, future senator sitting here. He has a comment. I'll introduce the senator a little later in my satsang. Shreya today is very bubbly and she's almost walking. She's 12 years old. She's eating all the subjects that you are consuming. But in the meantime, the mother of this girl was continuously ignoring both the child and the child's uncle. Great uncle Sadguru, Shirdi Baba. The father was always praising Sadguru Shirdi Sai. He was always doing Dwarkamai Puja. She never participated. When she never participated, Baba once said, all those who turn their insights towards me will be blessed by me. One of the several teachings of Shirdi Baba to Nana Chandorkar, and Dikshit, and so many others. All those who turn their sights towards me will be blessed. All those who forget me, the rivers, the vices, all those who forget me will be cursed, not by him, will be cursed by your own Maya, the delusions of life, the illusions of life, you will be cursed. That's what is happening. Even when I am talking, some of the illusions that you are undergoing in your life every day, they are actually cursing you. The ghosts from the past, the countenances from the past, right? The impressions from the past. That's a very intellectual term. Impressions from the past. This word was used even by Meher Baba. These are visiting with you, and therefore, you will find it very difficult to get out of this illusion. And hence my equation. I'm not going to talk about my equation. B plus C is equal to total surrender. No man, no woman has ever surrendered to Shirdi Baba completely because of this illusion, because of this B, which is emotion. B has to be 0 and minus. C, consciousness has to be 8 and beyond 8, like our Sadguru, then is equal to yes. It's an Einstein equation given by Shirdi Baba to me. B plus C is equal to surrender. You are not surrendered today to Shirdi Baba. Whenever you come to the temple, you think you are surrendering. That is the act of Maya. That's an act of your illusion. This acts upon you continuously. If you come to Shirdi Sai, like in one of the satsangs or anybody, Sri am doing a lecture or our founder sitting there, they do a lecture on Shirdi Baba. I would like to attend this. Because any Leela spoken by anybody, you have to attend, because Shirdi Baba Sadguru will come and surround you and protect you, take you away from the illusions of life. We called that girl Shreya, right? Is that the name I gave? I know 100,000 children. Baba is very fond of children, so am I. Shreya was ignored to this day, and therefore she could not get another child. The British attaché from Mumbai, Bombay then, came there to Shirdi Baba. He was walking straight out of the Shavadi, and they said, Baba looked at them, the British commercial attaché, 1913. I know the date, but it's not necessary. Came, Baba said, Aadha ghante ke baad aao. Those who don't know Hindi, please come after 30 minutes, half an hour. They went through Shirdi, and then the English lady was very, she didn't have any saburi because she wanted a boon from Shirdi Baba's hands, and then she will get it. She knows, she knew, and we all know. Very tired. Listen to this boon story. They came again. He said, Ek ghante ke baad aao. Come after 1 hour. Again they came after 1 hour. He said, Baba told the British attaché, commercial attaché, come after 2 hours. 2 ghante ke baad aao. If you suffer from bad karma, to the extent she suffered, Baba would have said, had they come and they shown glint of saburi, he would have said probably 4 ghante ke baad aao, 4 mahine ke baad aao, come after 4 months. And finally, Baba gets angry even with the Haji, right? 6 months Haji had to wait outside Dwarkamai. He would have felt a stone at him, or he would have put his Haji's dress on flame. He has done it once or twice. When he gets angry, he does that. Finally, you show saburi, Baba's anger would melt, right? Like the ice in the Himalayas before Kailash mountain. It'll melt. No more landslides in the British attaché. She would have gotten a baby. History shows that she never got a baby. Why did I say this? Shreya's mother used to become pregnant. She never used to yield the fruits. No baby. All children died in the. I'm very sorry to say this. This is the real story that was going on in Alexandria, Virginia. I said this because it's a very powerful story. A child with a Down syndrome coming to Dwarkamai and smiling when the word Dwarkamai is said has taught you all a lesson. A lesson means a lesson in this mundane life. A lesson that you have to learn to come to Dwarkamai. Hey, he lived there for 61 years without any proper bed, that is. Of course, he didn't have any bread. The bread was given by 5 homes, Narayan Teli and all the others. He used to beg, right? Even Professor Nake used to go with his Manchester suit and boots. He used to go and beg. One day he was thinking, and Baba said, you go and beg with the shoes. He was representing Shirdi Baba. Maji, do roti de do, de dijiye. He was saying in his anglicized London English, London Hindi. 1908, Professor G.G. Narke went to England for an advanced degree in geology and mining. Some of you know this, Professor Narke. But then he came back in 1912. When he came back in 1912, the first person who went to Dwarkamai was Professor Narke's mother, loving mother like all of you are. She took, but before that, Professor Narke his father-in-law. Anybody who is Professor Narke's father-in-law? Bhuti Maharaj, right. Sriman Bhuti, and Bhuti's daughter he had married, his mother, and then one more person, right? One more person said he must go. 3 persons took, and then he was standing there. He never had a job. He registered himself in all the temps, temps in this country, temporary jobs. He used to travel 50 miles, 70 miles, 80 miles to make a paltry sum, say 75 rupees. Some months he will get only 150, 200 rupees, and then he will eke out a living with the 200 rupees for the next 7 months. When he comes to Dwarkamai, Professor Narke is a highly educated man, like most of you. All of you are masters in IT, some of you are doctors, some of you are PhDs, postdocs, neuroscientists, MD, PhD. She's sitting there, going for the PhD program. So, with so much of intellectual capacity and abilities, which Professor Narke was blessed with, he could not understand the Shirdi Sai. The first day when the mother took straight from England, they go there because you're not getting a job. Baba said, Shama introduced him, and Baba said, you are introducing a man I know for 32 pindis. Exact words in Marathi, of course, most of you don't know Marathi. 32 pindis means 32 generations I know this man. Professor Narke smiled and said that it was a humor, right? He took it as a highly educated man. When you look for the first time, this uncle, Mama, said, what is this Mama seeing 500 years of future? After all, he is wearing the same JC Penney shirt that I am wearing. Aha. This Mama is very different. He is not even a human being. You won't believe that. Professor Narke was looking at our Sadguru, 1913. I need a job. The mother pleaded he needs to have a job. He touched, and there was scratching the head in blessing. Baba touches the head in different way. To Sita Devi, he pressed in a particular area so that Sita Devi never got the migraine again in her life. Wife of anybody? Ramachandra Atmaram Tarkar, the 5-star, 4-star general in Sacheta, making 3,000 rupees a month. Narke is standing there. He said, Baba said, I'll bless him with a nice job. The next thing is, he's getting some interviews. One interview after Baba's blessing, the next week was in Burma, Rangoon. He goes there to Dwarkamai. Baba, can I go and accept this interview? Can I go to Rangoon? Baba says, go to Rangoon, go to Calcutta. I'm sorry, it's now Kolkata. I really don't know. Kolkata. And then go to Pune. Oh, you know that? Okay, Mr. Senator knows. The future senator. Go to Pune. He was thinking physical. Professor Narke Ji said, what is this Sadguru saying to me? What is he saying? He didn't understand. He didn't go to the interview because he said to go to Pune. He was physically took a rain check. He didn't attend the interview. And then after about a month, the mother is very worried. Why didn't you go to Rangoon? Said, Mama, that's far away, my dear. Amma, that's far away. I can't go. Remain. Leave you here. My wife cannot live in a foreign country. And then the next interview was in Allahabad. Baba, can I attend this interview? Baba says, go to Allahabad, go to Delhi, and go to Pune. Now this time he looked at Shirdi Baba straight, and you cannot see Shirdi Baba for more than 10 nanoseconds. His eyes are 10,000 volts. Some of you will see him in the dream. Next day you will develop what? Conjunctivitis. Red eyes, and you cannot see his eyes because it's more than 10,000 volts. Who said that? Mrs. Manager, Professor Narke. And the third person who looked at him straight is Shivamma Thai in the outskirts of Bangalore in southern India. She has her cemetery. Anybody from Bangalore? Have you heard of Shivamma Thai? She is the one who took care of his intestines in the well so that the birds, the eagles, will not eat. He had this, what is it called? What is it Siddhi called? Kanda Yoga and Dahuti. This particular thing is called the Dahuti. Coming back to the story, he said, go to Pune. And then third time when he said that, he asked, Deva, I don't understand. He said, my dear Bob, the mother was sitting there. I'll get him. Professor had gone. He said, I'll get him a nice job in Pune. The mother understood. Baba talks always in parables. So you'll never ever understand Shri Baba. He talks in parable. Even when he comes in the dream with me. He doesn't talk. He talks beautiful English because several times I met with him. He spoke in Hindi and English. Chaste Midwestern English. He talks Cincinnati, Columbus, Indianapolis English. He talks. That's how I judged when I was talking with him for 3 hours and 41 minutes. He got an interview at Pune Engineering College, but then it was close to Seema Longan. Crossing the border, he was also, Professor Narke was also crossing the border from unemployment to employment. Shady Baba, because Tatya fell sick, he was also crossing the border, Seema Longan. 1917, he went and entered. When he went to Pune, Baba was asking the Dwarkamai, where is brother Narke? Oh, kahan pe? Where is he? Shama said he has gone to Pune to find out about his application. A telegram came to Shama and Dixit saying that there are so many applications for this professor of geology and mining. It is very difficult to get this. Baba said there are so many influential people supporting all the people, but then Allah acha karega, Allah acha karega. That one is enough. That one word is enough. He got that job. To this day, when you go to Pune, you can see Professor Narke's bungalow where he lived. He had a glorious innings as professor of mining and geology. He wrote books. In 1936, when he was talking to Narasimha Swamiji, in the 4 different days of interview, he went on talking about our Sadguru's eyes. The first impression you get of Shirdi Baba is his piercing eyes. His eyes, as I told you in Sahaja Srishti, Sahaja Samadhi. And when he's in Sahaja Samadhi, he is reading your future. And in his own scientific temper, because he has got MS from Kolkata and then another MSc from Manchester, geology and mining, one of the few experts in the world at the time, not now. He said, he read my future completely. When he said to go to Rangoon, go to Allahabad and go to Pune, I was laughing with my, as the English expression goes, and he was laughing really. The mother didn't understand, Shama didn't understand, but when he settled down in Pune, they understood. Very often, you cannot really understand Shirdi Baba. But then lives of those who serve me will be what? Set right. This couple never had a child. They are living in North Carolina. And they called me on the phone. Listen to this miracle of a raw muscle, the muscle power of Shirdi Baba's Siddhi. How he guides you in your life. These are all the pages. These are all the miracles you've got to listen to understand our Sadguru. Of which I have thousands and thousands because of Om Sri Sai, Kala Kalaya Namaha. If he stops the clock, I can talk about 100 miracles and you will have some devotees said, you will have what? Bumps? Goosebumps. One devotee is actually saying that. He's there. Thank you for raising your hands. Never had a child, 7 years have passed. The California couple she came to meet uncle and then sat before Dwarkamai picture in our home. And me and Srimati ji were talking. Her only complaint was, Mama, 7 years gaya. Koi bacha nahi. We don't have a child. I said, this Dwarkamai Baba will give you how many children you want? Mama, only one. I said, you actually will beget 2 children. One now and then later on another. And then she went, this is a human. She went there next day morning, she went to CVS, you have that pregnancy test and all that, right? She did the test next day morning. She was jumping like the Jack in the Box commercial. She was jumping and then called me and said, Uncle, I am pregnant.
The two at the same time.
What?
The two at the same time?
No, not twins, only one. That's an interesting, the latter part of the story of the parallel devotee will be very interesting. That will answer your question. She was pregnant with only one child, but the husband started talking like David Letterman or Jay Leno. Hey, yesterday you were not pregnant. Yesterday night you went and saw Uncle G, and this morning you're pregnant. How could that happen? Mommy is laughing. It's a real joke. Thank you for enjoying the joke. This is called the Shirdi Baba's looks. The Dwarakamai eyes can do wonders. Some of you really got married and have only one child. Somebody is thinking now, Mama, for the second child, I'm going to sit in front of him for 2 hours. Second child, right? One lady is at least thinking with a nice baby in her lap. I know her mind. I know Rama Brown's mind, husband's name, has got Ram. Raman Arul Puriyatum in Tamil. I'm just quoting your Sony TV. Baba never said Raman Arul Puriyatum. He knew Tamil very well. But Allah Acha Karega. That Allah is everybody, right? Jesus Christ is Allah, or Sadguru is Allah, your Vishnu is Allah, Satyanarayan Puja you're doing, Satyanarayan is Allah, Satyanarayan is our Shri Baba. To sum it all, Shirdi Baba contains all the gods, the pantheon of gods from that country called India, from which you all came. Most of you are born here. The pantheon of gods, if you come to Shirdi Baba, you need not go to Mahalakshmi because he is our Anagalakshmi. Those of you who read Charita Amrutamam, Sripal Sri Vallabha, he refers to Lakshmi as Anagalakshmi. Because Anagalakshmi, you do a puja, even for 1 second. Or Dwarkamai Puja takes only 23 minutes. If you do that, you are praying to Rama, Sita, Jesus Christ, Anagalakshmi, Saraswati, everybody. The entire pantheon of gods he contains, and he showed it to so many devotees, right? When he was living in the Dwarkamai, he turned himself into Rama, he turned himself into Venkateshwara, Tirupati, and then so many. So, he puts you to test. When he puts you to test, it's very difficult to understand. This young couple, middle-aged couple, came from Tennessee. I'll be shifting to the Satcharita and then post-Satcharita, pre-Satcharita. In 2015, they left Tennessee and then came all the way to Texas, where we live. They came to Houston. This wife is a PhD in chemistry. There's another postdoc in chemistry sitting here. Raise your hand. Used to work in Roman Horse and then Georgia Labs, and then he is now working for the Italian company. He knows Sonia Gandhi very well. So he works for an Italian company. He doesn't know. He knows the other person. This doctor, listen to this, very interesting. Such interesting stories Baba has never done. She is a PhD. She was sitting on the 4th floor in a corner on a job making 54K. Did you hear that? You are laughing at the humor. Serious pregnancy test. Now listen to this. Geeta ji, with all the PhD, she was not happy. She was not at all happy with her job, with her PhD. She got into touch with me because Houston group is very, very big. The congregation, she came to know Dwarkamai, and then she called Uncle. Because you cannot call, he doesn't have a hotline. He's in your mind, he's an Antaryami, therefore you have to call. You don't know how to call. AT&T doesn't have a software for calling, testing, tweeting. Tweeting, you can ask Mr. Donald Trump. He will tell you how to treat your own mind. No one else treats like Mr. President. But then there is no hotline to your own mind, to your own Antaryami where he is residing. She came and said, Uncle, I'm not at all happy with the job. So how is your husband doing? He is an MD, internal medicine. From Tennessee, they come to Texas, and Texas, you have to get the license, right? Tennessee license, Texas license, they are not one of the same. And therefore, he says, Mama ji, I really have to work for my license. I said, why do you work for your license? Mama, I'm working in a hospital where December 24 is the last day. I have to work until April next year. This is 2015, sorry. Until 2016. If I do not work until April, I will not get your Texas license and I got to go back to Tennessee. In the meantime, the wife is making 56K. A postdoc PhD making 56K. Even an Hispanic gentleman, an illegal Hispanic gentleman working in the orange gardens, plucking all those things, he may get $1 more. So this PhD is not happy. That's what I'm trying to say. In the meantime, the doctor goes and works. He suffers from lots of illusions. He comes to me every week. He calls me, Uncle Ji, you have to give me a job until April 4th, April 3rd night, I'll be finishing the required time in Texas. I said, okay, that is done. What else you want? Uncle Ji, that's very tough. You are saying very easily that is done. That was easy. Uncle, that's not that easy. What is the solution? He called me again. Every week he will call me. He was very close to December 21st. He called me. I said, December 24th, you will get an email where your extension will happen until March last. It's not April 4th. Again, fast forward. Uncle, March last week, I have to work for another week. Make it happen. I said, I'm not your Shri Baba. Go to a beautiful temple there in Houston. What's it called? Jalram Baba, Shri Baba, SSJM, Shri Sai and Jalram Baba temple. You pray to Shri Baba. Not necessarily to Jalram Baba. Uncle Ji, you are Shri Baba and Jalram Baba, everything. No, I'm not Jalram Baba. I had to tell him. And I said, tomorrow morning, you go to the coffee machine. Uncle, don't pull my leg. That's how Shama used to talk with this Sadguru. He will even do this, right? This Shri Baba is the only one who can play with Shri Baba. She knows that, right? Maybe in the previous Janma, she was very close to Shama, next door neighbor. He's saying, yes, that is true. Thank you for knowing the story. But you don't know the story of PhD and MD. Mama, what will happen near the coffee machine? You go there and just take a cup of coffee in the machine. Mama, the coffee machine is not producing good coffee, Mama. My wife makes pretty good coffee. That's all right for a change. You please go to the coffee machine if you really want Texas license. Just like Professor Narke, he said, Mama, you are going crazy. What are you smoking? He asked me, what is smoking? I said, I'm smoking chillam, given by my Sadguru. This is chillam I'm smoking. Go tomorrow. That's it. I hung up. Next day morning, I told him 9:41 he must go. He goes 9:40, 9:41. He's shaking and then he takes a cup of coffee. He's still shaking and he's suffering from lots of illusion. I said, right. There comes the chairperson of the department. Her name is Dr. Maya. Nobody's laughing. She's laughing for sure. Thank you, Amma, for following this so intensely. Illusion. Maya is illusion. There comes the chairperson, Dr. Maya, and then he looks at Dr. V, and then Dr. V, are we up? It's another 2 minutes? Okay. I got another 4 minutes, but we will always continue. There's always a tomorrow, right? You know that I have invited them for tomorrow. All of you are welcome for tomorrow. And he gives the coffee, and then she also goes for the coffee. He says, hey, Dr. V, you like coffee very much? He said, shaking. Yeah, I like it. Almost spilling. And the doctor says, why are you so shaky? I have extended your tenure up to June. I have extended your tenure up to June. And then she was saying, she goes, he didn't even thank because he's still shaking. He couldn't believe. All that he needed was 4 more days, 4 more years. Election, right? In this country, 4 more is very popular. He wanted 4 more days. He got 4 more months. He got the license. Since I'm running out of time, I have 2 more minutes because, right, 2 more minutes late I started. Maybe 8:01, 1 more minute. There are several stories. There are so many stories bringing out effectively this Dwarakamayi's power. That's our Shirdi Baba power. If you come to this temple, take a look at the The Samadhi Mandir, Shirdi Baba was sitting there, like Nemi Chand Jain story. Baba was shaking and looking until he dropped 1 rupee and 5 annas. 1 rupee and 5 annas, which he demanded. He dropped and then he became a statue once again. Nemi Chand, a pot market in Secunderabad, Hyderabad, of Telangana. Correct me if politically I'm right. Politically right, that's Telangana. There are so many stories where he moves out of the statue. He's actually live in that statue. Some of you may not know, most of you know. He's actually sitting there. Our priest who does all this Ashtodharam and all other puja to Shri Sai and Dattatreya, he will know. If he doesn't know, he will come to know today. Some priests do not know. He knows. You come before Dwarkamai picture installed or to be installed in this temple somewhere, you will come to know that this Dwarkamai Baba can award just anything you want. For instance, we are not having a puja. You have several other programs. That's what the management committee told me. So today we are going without a puja. Maybe next year I'll do after the satsang. There will be a Dwarkamai puja for 23 minutes. The most mother of all pujas on this planet today. I didn't say that. My Sadguru, when he gave me the rules, he said that the Swamiji who came from Guntur in Andhra Pradesh, he saw this puja and said, this is the most powerful puja. This deserves to be done, performed in Indra land. I mean, there is no suburb of Atlanta, Indra land. That's a real Indra land. Where Indra land is ours. Where is the senator? He knows. Yesterday he was answering, where is heaven? He will tell you. This puja, I am not doing today. All of you, I personally invite all of them, the organizers, the host who is sitting here, invites all of you tomorrow, 7 p.m. for the satsang and the puja, the most powerful puja. See that, experience yourself. Thank you so much. I hope I have not crossed the time limit. And may Shri Baba, Dwarkamai Baba, bless you, all of you who are here, and all the devotees who are not here. Everybody, please blessed by Dwarkamai Baba. Om Shri Dwarkamai Masjid.
Om Shri Vishwanathan.
Have some thanks you have.
Yeah. Om Shri Vishwanathan. Thank you all. And thank you, Mamaji. Thank you, Sai Uncle, for a blissful satsang. And these Anugrah miracles are truly amazing. A couple of quick announcements. Maybe first, I request the temple honor our Sai Uncle, Tyagarajan Swamiji. Thank you for your honoring Sai Uncle and Meenal Patelji. Thank you so much. Came with your family. Yeah.
Can you move it, please?
So this evening, I think we have kind of had satsang from the Honorable Mama.
Sai's Mama.
Mama, Ekviana, Nana, anything that you want to call himself. Bring your attention to him. And I think he has fulfilled our souls with joy by having this discourse. And this temple is pretty recent, and it's been there for a few years only. But it's almost like a really good for us. It's like street temple for us in this area. And I was in Richmond when I got a call from someone in Texas that you're going to come here. And I don't know how they got my number. And they called me that we are trying to schedule a discourse. And I said, I'm not in Atlanta. And Meenalji will attend a call. And you Google the number and say support number. Meenalji will be getting the call. So that is how your Your discourse was scheduled. I think I'm honored to be a part of that chain. And that means everyone who is available here and from this area, Marietta and Smyrna, everybody feels that we are honored to have your presence here. And thanks for visiting this temple. And we wish you to come back here again and again.
Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for this opportunity. I won't take it.
And on behalf of everyone from Smyrna, Marietta, and Atlanta, Tyagarajan Garu is going to felicitate you with Chirukamika.
Thank you. Thank you.
Om Sairam. Om Dwarkamaya. Om Shri Vishwanathan. Om Namo Shri Vishwanathan. We are highly blessed. There is no bounds to my joy. Baba's miracles, Baba's Divya Shakti. It is like a very bigger than a Pacific Ocean. We cannot measure. We feel really highly blessed and honored. We have no words to explain. And in view of, keeping in view of upcoming sevas that are to be offered to Baba, I won't take much time. On behalf of Sairam Temple, on behalf of Shri Padmanabhan Guruji and our trustees, Meenal Patelji, who is present over here, life partner Chetan Patelji, as well as our Ravi Kiran and all the honorable devotees and volunteers over here. On behalf of Sairam Temple, a small token of gratitude is being offered to Vishwanathan for his gracing all of us this morning today. Om Sairam.
Jai Sairam.
Jai Sairam.
Thank you so much.
Jai Jai Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. 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 Jai Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Jai Jai Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Jai Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Jai Jai Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
Now we take the permission of Vishwanathan and go ahead with the other sevas to Baba, and he will be, we feel highly honored that you are going to witness the other sevas that are going to take place right now. After the Shej Arati, Tirtha Prasadam will be there. So we request you to be here along with us. Uncle Ji conduct every third Saturday satsang. We would like to join. It's a live telecast on YouTube. You can reach any of our YouTube. They can give the YouTube link. Tomorrow, that's a third Saturday or Friday. Satsang conducted at Rishi and China. If you are interested or if you are available, kindly join the program tomorrow. Thank you. You can ask them the address.
No, in my house.
This one.
Thank you.
Om Sairam. Requesting all the honorable Sai devotees to come and join Bharati Seva class. Requesting the volunteers to come and organize something. And other Sevas as per such a timetable will be continued now. Om Sairam.